Hey class, the following video is going to show you how to save an image in Adobe Photoshop. So we're going to imagine that this is my image and I'm done working with it and now I want to save it. So there are a number of ways to save in Photoshop. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. And what File Save As does is it saves it as basically a Photoshop file, which is a .psd file. So Photoshop files are .psd. You can email someone a PSD file, and everything that you've used should be there in that file. It's the developer file. But you usually wouldn't do that unless they're going to work with it. So the main Photoshop file is PSD. From this menu, I really don't use any of these or save anything from here other than the PSD file. If I'm going to change the image, I would usually it'll only really be a JPEG from here. So I'm going to go to File, Export, and I'm going to save for web legacy. The reason it says save for web legacy is this is an older way of doing it. However, Photoshop has not determined what they're going to change it to, so they still have it available here. The reason I like this is it brings up 4 different, you can actually pick how you want it, but it defaults to 4 different versions of your image and shows you different file sizes, how long it would take to download, and I can switch download time to, usually like just say cable and kind of see how long it's going to take to download. And then what I can do is I can actually play with what kind of file do I want this to be? Usually I'm selecting JPEG. What quality? I'm usually at high, but I can play with the quality here and play with the file sizes of this image. This only really matters when I have something very large and I'm trying to get a specific file size. But you can see my image is, really, really small to begin with because there's nothing on it. Those are the only settings you really need to play with are your image type, maximum, image quality. Here is your image size. If you needed to change it here, you could, but I would suggest of changing it before you even get to this point. And then you simply click Save, and it'll save your image for you. And that's all you do to save an image. So the 2 types I showed you are your default PSD and how to save a JPEG. Thank you.